Welcome to Career Journeys, a series of videos by the Consortium for Public Education. Here we explore the career experiences and pathways of professionals from a wide variety of careers to help you think about the skills you'll need and the paths you might take after high school.
Hi, I'm Debbie Pixton with the Consortium for Public Education. Today I'm interviewing Greg Chambers, Chief Compliance Officer at Oberg Industries. Thank you for joining us, Greg.
Oh, thank you for having me, Debbie.
Greg, tell me about Oberg and what your role is there. What do you do as the Chief Compliance Officer?
Well, Oberg is a contract manufacturer. What that means is that we make things. So a lot of things that you use every day, Oberg makes. You might not be aware of it, but anything from the pen that you're writing with to the can that you're drinking out of to even the money in your pocket are Oberg products. What I do as Director of Compliance, I kind of keep Oberg in line with all the government regulations and make sure that we're in compliance with everything that we're supposed to be with as far as the public is concerned and as far as regulatory issues are concerned.
How did you end up as a Chief Compliance Officer? I can't imagine you started out in high school thinking that that would be your end career.
No, I did not start out in high school wanting to be a compliance officer. I kind of fell into it. I had a background in chemistry, so we had an issue at the plant where we had some people that were pretty much, their lives are in jeopardy because of certain chemicals that they developed an allergy to. And I was able to find out what the allergen was and how to correct the situation. And ever since I was able to do that, I got kind of moved into the role of trying to keep people safe and trying to keep the company in compliance with the government regulations. So I really kind of fell into the job. I really didn't apply for it. I wasn't doing it, but when a situation arose and I had the skills to address it, then I got kind of pointed in a different direction, a career change, so to speak.
So what do you enjoy about what you're doing now?
The variety more than anything else. And when I come to work, I have no idea what I'm going to be exposed to. I have no idea what I'm going to have to do, but normally things require very, very quick on your feet. You got to make decisions quickly. You got to be able to analyze and synthesize data so you can come up with the best possible solution. There is no absolutely right solution, so that's one thing everyone will learn in school, that sometimes life doesn't give you right solutions, but just best solutions. So you got to come up with that very quickly, and then once you come up with that, you got to see that it's implemented. So you got to work with people, you got to communicate well, and you got to be persistent more than anything else, and a little bit patient, because sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to see things than you might have seen it. So you got to wait till they see it. Then you're going to kind of encourage them and support them along the way. The things I would recommend you to do is bone up on your sciences. Make sure you know your biology, your chemistry, your physics. Make sure you're well aware of those things and understand how they're actually implemented, not just the theory, but how to put them into practice, as well as get involved in some people things, such as maybe some of your hobby clubs that you might want to volunteer for. Sports, varsity athletics would be great, because very rarely do you do anything by yourself when it comes to manufacturing, or especially my position. So you got to be able to work as a team. So kind of putting your goals down and putting the team goals in front of yourself, that's always great experience for this kind of role. But I would say bone up in your sciences, your math. I know that's kind of the forbidden word sometimes, but math is important, and there is a reality to math. It's not just all theorems and postulates.
What kinds of training do students need after high school if they're going to either be in manufacturing or specifically in compliance?
You got to get some kind of legal background. Sometimes civic government classes in high school might help, but more likely you're going to actually need some more thorough training on the legal requirements and the legal things that a company needs to do in order to operate successfully in the U.S.
Are there certificates or licenses associated with that? Do you need an associate's degree?
I would think you don't need so much a degree. That would be helpful, obviously, but you definitely need to be able to get some certificates and licensing done. You probably need to have a good background in first aid and CPR, so obviously you would have to get some certificates in that in order to really be comfortable and practice legally. And then also you might need some certificates for safety or environmental, some professional certificates, such as your CHMMM or your ASP or even CSP. So you need to be certified because a lot of the legalities of the company will fall on you. And if you don't have qualifications or at least have evidence of your qualifications, then you put the company at risk.
Now, to earn those licenses and certificates, do you do those through the community college, or are those through a particular organization?
You can do both. A lot of the community colleges actually have those organizations that they're partnered with. So you can either go get a certificate through the community college, or a lot of community colleges now bring in the professional organizations and teach their courses. So you're going to earn such as a Microsoft certification or even a American Society of Safety Engineering certification through a college. So 4-year schools, community colleges, that's all practical experience for the most part. So they usually partner with those organizations that already have done the legwork and kind of set the standards, and they just implement them.
What questions should people ask themselves if they're considering a career in manufacturing or in compliance?
I guess 2 questions. Number 1, do you like making things? If you don't like making things, manufacturing probably isn't for you, especially a company like Oberg that does custom. Everything we make is brand new. We either make the first generation or we improve on the second and subsequent generations. But if you like making things, if you like being creative, then manufacturing might be something you want to look into. Oh, the second thing, do you like people? For this kind of job, you got to be able to like people because you got to interact with people quite frequently. Let's face it, sometimes people don't like being told what to do, but for their benefit, they have to do certain things certain ways, or else they might end up getting hurt if they don't see the big picture. So you have to like dealing with people. You have to enjoy looking out for people, because if not, like HR, things would be great if you take the human out of human resources. And sometimes with safety, people cannot understand and they end up fighting the things that are there to protect them. So you got to look past that. So you got to like people.
Last question. What's one piece of advice you would give to anyone aspiring to be in manufacturing or in compliance?
I would say that if you can, volunteer to help out and do things. A lot of manufacturing companies have internships. They kind of work with different schools, even your local VOTEC school. Maybe go and listen to their tour, or go listen and find out what they're about. You can find out that you can do a lot of things where your passion might lie. If your passion's not in it, it's going to be very difficult for you to enjoy it for the rest of your life. Remember, when you get out of school, you got close to 50 years of work ahead of you. So you want to get involved in something where your passion is. So I would encourage you, volunteer, go explore, do all the things that you can do to find out what you might like. You'd be surprised.
Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and expertise with us, Greg.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. Have a wonderful day. Good luck, everyone.
For more information or to learn about other careers in the Career Journey series, visit our website and check back soon for our next installment. Thanks!